Bit of a exploration day today. I'm down at Thompson's Bend on the Yarra. What you're sort of looking at here is what they call the Island. In 1859, 1860, they dug a channel to divert the course of the Yarra, so that they could do some alluvial diggings. The Yarra now takes that channel's course after a few floods. It just totally changed its course, and that's the course it follows where the miners dug. Haven't been on the island before, just looking for somewhere where I can get over pretty easily. It's a little bit wet down there, but it's not too bad. Should be able to cross it fairly well. Just going to have a bit of a look around and see if there's anything left behind by the old timers. Obviously this is a state park, so you're not allowed to do any prospecting here, so that's what I won't be doing. It's just more of a just look around, see what they did, have a look at the ground, and see if there's any holes or any mines or anything like that where they've dug down deep, and we'll see what we can find. I'll go in and I'll soon, if I find something, I'll add on to this. Sort of getting closer to the middle of the island. Hopefully you should be able to tell that there's quite a bit of digging here. Don't see any type of structures or anything yet, but we'll see what's up above the hill. Some nice big trees. But I'll climb this hill here and see what we reveal on the other side. These could be all old tailings piles. I can see, you know, some quite worn river stones. So obviously these have come out of the Yarra. Looks like they've done a lot of work here. Some of these things are fairly deep. We're going to be digging them by hand. Just got a glimpse of something that's got a little bit of a wooden fence around it. We'll see what that is. It's just up ahead. There's a bit of rock with a bit of quartz. It's only very thin, but a nice little thin bit of quartz on this rock. A lot of holes. Surprising how many holes there are here. They're everywhere. So obviously they were finding something to be digging this much. Yeah, this might be a shaft here. we'll have a look. Yeah, looks like there's a bit of a shaft. Seems to maybe tunnel underneath there. But there's these holes everywhere through here. I've nearly made it all the way across the island itself. So I've pretty much just gone straight over from one side to the other. There's these considerable holes. Quite interesting. There's another bit of rock with a bit of quartz running through it. So this is the other side. It's just like a reed bed there, down there. A lot more diggings as well out here. You can see all the river stones. Obviously these are their piles that they're digging through. Some interesting rocks, some interesting clumps here. So, you know, sort of like hard packed material. Just over here there's quite a few more. You can see the minerals that are in this ground, the greenish tinge there. But obviously these are just piles from where they've dug, with all the river stone in it. I'll have a look and see if I can find anything else, and then start filming again. I've just come across more towards, I'd say, the back of the island. Bit that I'll call the back of the island is away from the river. A lot more diggings here as well. Another one of these enclosed shafts just over here. Obviously been filled in. Bit of a danger sign that you can just read. Got to always watch your step around these places. Things could have been filled in, and never know when they're going to drop away. So keep a safe distance. So a lot more of these holes. They're not that deep, but I'm assuming that they were at one stage. This place is just riddled with holes. There's another bit over here that's been boarded up, and it looks like at some stage a tree's fallen over. I must have got something good out of here. It looks like they've channeled all the way down and all the way across this way. I'll walk actually over here to get across rather than going down into that. We'll have a look what's going on over here where this tree's fallen down. Okay, that one's a bit deeper. But yeah, this whole place is Pothole City. Something over here, don't know what that is. I'll have a closer look. That's just a rock. Didn't look like a rock, but no, it's just a rock. The greenish tinge sort of threw me a bit. But as you can see, it's they've done a lot of work here. Don't know exactly how much gold they got off out of here, but it looks like they've spent quite a lot of time, and to spend this much time they must have been getting something. I'm sure they left some behind. You just wouldn't dig this much, you know, you're always bound to leave something. Doesn't matter how good you are. You're gonna lose a little bit. I'll work my way now back across to the Yarra side of the island and see what we can see from there. Okay, I've finally reached the other side of the island. What you're looking at now is the Yarra. Quite high from up here. One thing I've probably noticed is there's not as much diggings, or it doesn't appear to be as many holes. Maybe just the way it is, I don't know. Maybe they've levelled it out at some stage or moved the dirt around, like there still is, as you can see here. A few impressions in the ground. But overall, unless they've taken a big chunk, some of these trees are fairly old. I suppose they could have all been taken down and they've all regrown. But yeah, just not the holes, not the shafts that I was seeing on the other side. Still can see the river stones. Probably a good maybe 10 metres high compared to where the river is now, and we've still had a few little technical difficulties at the end of the last bit of when I was on the island. I've come back down to Anderson Creek. As you'll be able to tell, the water is flowing considerably more today. This is where I was yesterday. You could see all those rocks. And after being here from last week, when the rains come through, I've seen all the way along this edge here small gravels, and I thought they might be where people had been panning. And then I sort of looked at this bank here, and it seems to be getting cut by the water. So those gravels could have just fallen in off the bank. Now, considering where I was there at the bedrock, and when I was on the other side of that bedrock, I did get some good gold up high. And when I dug down yesterday, the gold size seemed to have dropped off. So I'm just wondering if I probably really should have done this yesterday. Now we've got a lot of water, so some of the gold could have been washed away if there is any here. But I'm going to dig along this edge here, get all the fine gravels through the sluice, and see if we can get a bit of colour. Okay, got the sluice set up, able to set it up real high. Hopefully you'll be able to tell. Pretty much out of the water at this end, so I'm not going to have to worry about clearing away the tailings too much at the end. I'll drop a little bit of gravel through and see how well it's going through, and if it's just dumping a heap, and maybe adjust it a bit more, but it's got a little bit of angle, not much. We'll see how we go. Okay, got a bucket here that I've just dug out just out here. Got plenty of water. Just going to show you that this is unclassified, so see there's big rocks, small rocks. Just how well these bigger ones that are like this, just help them along a little bit. I could classify, but just want to try and get as much as I can through here. Bigger ones hold up, but once you get them in motion, they seem to roll through. All the smaller stuff like this shouldn't be a problem, because I could just drop it in and it all goes. Could probably put a little bit of angle on. Not seeing anything as of yet. Don't really expect to. If it's fine gold, it'll drop straight into the green mat. Don't expect any gold with this much water to be sitting there. I'll do this bucket. I'll have a bit of a closer look, and there we go. I might do 4 or 5 buckets today, and that'll be it. Okay, I've just done 1 bucket so far. I'm going to change tact a little bit. I'm just noticing as the creek here is flowing a lot more today. There's a nice little quiet zone just there. I'm hoping if there is any flood gold that's been washed down, this will be the first spot that it drops off. I know there's bedrock right there where the sluice is. So I might just dig in here, do a couple of buckets. I'm not seeing any indications out of that first bucket at all. It's pretty clear. There's a couple of little bits getting held up in the little V-mat, but I don't think it's anything. The actual mat itself is quite hard to see, but I don't believe that's holding anything as well. It's nicely cleaned out, just the cells have got rocks in them. Yeah, so I'm going to go right there. I'm going to pull the larger rocks out and get down a bit. Do a bucket out of there and see if we can get an indication. I've done a quick clean of the sluice. Got, I'm not going to be able to be seen easily. Yeah, it's stuck to my finger. Just there. Little piece of gold. Bit of lead. There might be a few micros there as well. So not very much. Having this much water is making it a little bit difficult, but I'm going to keep going in that bit over here. I did a bucket out of there. I'm going to do another bucket and just see how I go. If I have no luck there, then I'll try somewhere else. Okay, this is my second bucket now, from just over here. As I'm digging, the water seems to be going over there a bit more. It was a bit quieter than that before. I haven't been classifying, so I've still got some nice chunky rocks. Just got to make sure I get everything off them. Can feed the sluice really quick. No dramas today at all with water. Just keep feeding her along. I'll finish this up and I'll pull the sluice out again and just check and see how I'm going. Probably don't expect to really find too much today. The water's running fast, and where I wanted to go in here, I decided not to do that today. I want the water to have dropped off, and that way I can, as I'm digging, I'm not having me dirt and stuff washed away. This is where I was yesterday, running the sluice. As you can see, there's a lot of water there. Water's travelling down there and smashing on the rocks. There's a nice quiet zone over here behind this big bit of bedrock. Might even pay to go there. I've got water sort of going through that rock and then coming back down this way and following the creek. So that could be somewhere else where there'll be a bit of a low pressure zone. Same with the stuff here. I might give that a go. We'll see how we go for time today. But I'll finish what I'm doing up here. I'll clean it out. And then what I might do is I'll just come down to here. I'll move that bit of rock there. Try and get in there. And do a bucket out of there for today. And finish up. Okay, I did a bucket from down here where I was saying before. And then just tipped out what I got for today from the first couple of buckets I did. So not very much, only a few specks. So there's a bit there, just over there. That one's covered in mercury. Another couple of bits there. There's some micro gold in there as well, mixed in with the black sand, but not very much. This was more about just I wanted to do a bit of filming on the island. I thought I'd come down here and just check out how much water the water was, and I did want to check out this bank here. Unfortunately the water's a bit too high and I can't see what I'm doing. It's pretty murky. Weather's not fantastic today. Started to rain a little bit, so I'm going to pack up for today. Just a little end note about myself. I'm only an amateur, don't claim to be a professional, only do this for a little bit of fun. It's not me living. Just, you know, probably saying some things that aren't completely correct, but there's a lot better YouTubers out there than myself that you can go and watch and get some tips from. This is just some mug having a bit of a go. That's what it's all about, having a bit of a go. And that's about it. I hope you like my little videos. If not, you know, the kids. And see you next time. I'd say my next video is going to be up at El Dorado. Going to go try a couple of locations. Someone's given me a spot to go and try there. So I'm going to give that a go. And see if we can get a lot more colour. I'm expecting a lot more colour than I do from here. I know last time I was there I got quite a bit of colour. It's very fine, but when you're getting specks every single shovel you dig, and you know 30, 40, 50 specks every shovel, then it keeps you going, keeps you motivated. Until next time, see you all later.